first of all, begin my day with one positive thought and spend the first 10 to 15 minutes just meeting myself. Get to know myself. Who am I? What am I? So that I am able to give energy to myself. Because it is said in science that wherever your attention goes, there your energy grows and your life flows. So if you begin to concentrate your thoughts on yourself, it is not selfish. Sometimes people may think to give time to myself is being selfish. No. It is only when I empower myself, I serve myself, I am able to serve others better. And so this is why it is very important to begin my day. I empower myself with the first thought, positive thought, and spend the first 10-15 minutes with myself so that I am able to energize myself. Of course we need to thank God for what I am and what I have received in my life as a gift from God. So they always say what you are is gift from God to you. But what you make of yourself is your gift to God. And so I have to really make sure I spend that quality time with myself. So the first thing I would like to suggest you, is first of all, spend the morning hours in silence, because you cannot have a dialogue unless you have silence of the mind. Most of the time our mind is thinking, sometimes overthinking. So I would suggest that start a new chapter in your life from this today. The first hour of your waking up, don't look at the newspaper, don't open the television, don't think about what you have to do for the rest of the day. Just enjoy being you. Enjoy being me. Because during the whole day, we pretend, because we play different roles. Maybe at home you are a sister or a mother or a wife, you go to the office, you are a boss, you go to the social circle, you are a friend. So we put on different hats. So finally we don't know who I am. Because at the end of the day, I got mixed up with my roles. So this is why it is important. Take off all the hats. Just be naked. Just be me. You don't need to justify who you are or who you are not. You don't need to pretend that you are somebody else other than you, At that time, nobody is telling me anything. Nobody is looking at me. I am what I am. Learn to enjoy your company. Because we don't enjoy our company, we feel lonely. We always look out for somebody to be with us. You know, nowadays mobile, nowadays internet. It is actually a false support we are holding on to. But we don't know how to deal with ourselves, so we get something to hold on to. So, but this is an art you can learn from this retreat, how to feel not lonely while being alone. You can be physically alone, but you are not alone. You don't feel lonely. You enjoy being with yourself. So when you give time, quality time, you get to know yourself, who you are really. Then the second thing happens is you begin to love yourself. You know, you begin to love yourself. You don't expect somebody else to come and tell you, I love you. They don't know me actually. They may just externally know me physically. See, I am the one who has lived in the body the longest time. So when I am able to empower myself just being me, and I know my weaknesses, I know my merits, good qualities, I know my weaknesses. So during the day, when somebody talks about my defects, I don't feel offended. Or when somebody praises me for my qualities, I don't get, puffed up like a balloon. But I will remain balanced. Yeah? I remain because I already know me. It's not like, this is why sometimes it happens when somebody talks about my defects or we get upset. We get upset, we get disturbed. Why? Because we are stranger to ourselves. So we feel like a shock, this person talking, but I already know me. That is called self-respect. To know my weaknesses and know my specialities. So do you all know your specialities and weaknesses? If I ask you to tell me, can you speak up? Most of the time it happens that, when we ask people to speak, their one specialty, one weakness, they say, sister, I don't think I have any specialty. I can tell you my weakness. So, not to know my specialty, not to know my specialty is also ego. They may think they are very humble to say like that, oh, I don't have any specialties. They think they are humble, but actually they have ego. So I have to speak about my weaknesses, my specialties in the same state of mind. It's okay to have weakness. It's nothing wrong. Why I want to hide? And if I have good qualities, there's nothing wrong to talk about it. But not to have the ego. So I must really get to this retreat. You must get to know yourself thoroughly. So that you can be yourself when you are in the group, in the midst of many people. Right? You don't have fear. Nowadays we have so much fear, to mix with people, what they will say, they may offend, they may defend, whatever, so whether I can manage or not. But if you have given quality time to yourself, concentrate your thoughts on yourself, just be yourself. And then during the day, that empowerment that you have will not make you become a stranger. today everybody talks about my weakness and my specialties. That means the whole world knows I don't know myself. What a strange thing. Huh? Everybody knows about my weakness and my specialties, and when it comes to me, I don't know. Why? Because I have not given time to myself. So if I had given time to myself, I would have known already. So retreat, one of the reasons we want to come to the retreat. Retreat means what? Turn within. You know, in Christians, before they become the priest, they are sent for a retreat. In silence, you know, they go beyond, not mixing with anybody on their own. They have to contemplate a lot. So, retreat means withdrawing inside, inward. So, I request all of you, you know, of course, you know, in the world out, people are so outwardly. You know, they just, inside they are not happy. Externally, they will be smiling. You know, they will be laughing, showing I'm happy, but inside empty. You know, so much extrovertness, dependency on sense organs. You know, if they eat nice food, they become happy. If they see a beautiful film, they become happy temporarily. At the same time, something happens in life, shock, they are already gone. So, you have come to the retreat. You are entering the retreat today. So, you feel like you are entering into, what you want to call it actually, a kind of a cocoon. You know, how a caterpillar becomes a butterfly? We know the process intellectually. So today I want to give you this homework. Today you have come here as a caterpillar. What the caterpillar eats? Grass. And in look also it is ugly. And it crawls on the floor. Right? But how it became butterfly one day? What process it went through? So after eating the grass, it gets lost, it builds a cocoon around itself and it disappears in the nature. We don't know where it went. And suddenly, one day, a beautiful, colorful, flying creature comes out of it. So, entering the retreat is like entering into the cocoon. So, what I would like to suggest is at least today, tomorrow, whole day, try that you are, you know, like in a cocoon, a mother's womb, like a child in the womb of the mother, don't know anything about the world. I am in God's womb. So try not to use mobile. Try not to think about your home, where you have come from. Don't think about the relatives you have been staying with. Because these are all requirements. Otherwise, you cannot take the full benefits. You know, just for next 24 hours, I am telling you. See, now it is, say, 7:30. Tomorrow evening until 7:30, 24 hours, go into quarantine. You know, go into cocoon, whatever you want to, incubator, whatever you want to call it. So in the sense that I am totally inward, you know, just like the tortoise, how it withdraws and it lies there like a rock. It's living, but it's like a rock. So you give that quality time to yourself. You know, because retreat is an opportunity to get to know me better. So when I get to know myself better, I understand others better. And when I understand others better, introvert, you begin to talk to yourself. Your face, mind is in tune with yourself. So ask these 4 questions, because if you don't keep work to the mind will use you if you don't use your mind. To learn to use your mind in a positive way in this retreat. So ask this simple question to yourself. Who am I? Whose child am I? Where I have come from and why I am here. Some of you may think that I know answer, but you know. Knowing is one thing. You got information only. Don't think that you are already there. So in this retreat, you go through the metamorphosis. Change information into knowledge. Now you know, who am I? I am a soul. Information you got. Now you go deep, sit in solitude anytime you have. Go deep into that question, who am I really? Contemplate, reflect, until you really feel you are. You are here for feeling, not for intellectual stuff, So change information into knowledge, and then knowledge into wisdom. knowing, accepting, and then being. So first ask this question, then contemplate to realize and transform. Unless you have realization, you cannot transform. You know? So that's the purpose we are here. So that's why what I would like to suggest is, as much as possible, use your time, you know, in solitude for contemplation. You know, of course there will be time for fun and game, and there is time for laughter. But what I would suggest is morning time. From the moment you wake up, I don't know how many of you are used to get up at 4 o'clock. How many of you can get up at 4 o'clock in the morning? Many of you don't have the habit, right? And so you will get a chance tomorrow and after tomorrow, a taste of it. So don't miss the morning. 4 o'clock, you put alarm, you wake up, make yourself fresh. So first, when you wake up with a smile and say that, oh, I am powerful soul, I am a peaceful soul. Repeat it 10 times before you come out of the bed. So you shake your subconscious mind. And then maybe you can wash your face, make yourself fresh. You know, don't just get up from the bed and come and sit here, then you feel sleepy also. So then also, what suggests that, you know, you read something spiritual before you come, so that your intellect is motivated. And then if you want to have a drink, you know, some hot drink, cold drink, whatever you want, you have it, no problem. But don't miss that time, 4 to 4:45, only 45 minutes. Yeah? So we will help you with some kind of suggested thoughts, but you have to create your own thoughts. Even after that, use your time until 8 o'clock for silence time. Not for going and sleeping in the bed. Such a beautiful place you have here, nature. Cosmic energy is in beautiful level. Use it. You know, when you give attention to the nature, use it, nature becomes happy. You know, she's providing even more energy to you. So that's what I suggest. Use your morning time tomorrow, day after tomorrow, until Murli is over, we keep silence. You know, because that silence that you keep, the positive thoughts that you create, and then what you should, reading something spiritual. Immediately after Amrit Vela, you keep something. We will try to keep some books here. So read something. Yeah? And then we have also arranged for some exercise after Amrit Vela. Somebody will help you to conduct some exercise. After the exercise, you will feel more relaxed. Then read something. And then important thing is, write something. Take your notebook. Today you are going to get a notebook. You just scribble. You know, take a notebook. Anything that you have felt since morning about soul consciousness, about self-empowerment, whatever, just write. Now this habit is important. Silence to begin the day. One affirmative thought, S-A, and then after that is you know, once you have got up with the silence, affirmative thought, then you have like doing some physical exercise, and then reading something spiritual, and scribbling. So if you engage your mind and intellect in doing this, that time becomes like eternal for you. That's the best way for empowering, you know. So try 2 days. Is possible? Can you stay without speaking? So what I suggest is, those of you who would like to surrender your phones, you can surrender your phones tonight for 24 hours. Don't think about, no phone exists. You know, when you are in the mother's womb, there is no telephone. When you are in a cocoon, there is no sound. That is how the nature can work on you. That is how God can work on you. You surrender to God. Let He work on you. The child surrendered to the mother. So, the mother allows the baby to grow, isn't it? So, can you not do that for 2 days? Just 1 day, 24 hours. Just feel like I am dead to this world. The world doesn't exist. I came alone and I go alone. Possible? You know, we are taking support of all these devices so much. I tell you, it will deceive you one day. You know, telephone, mobile, messages, WhatsApp, I don't know what kind of things. But learn to communicate with your power of thought. That is the fastest speed. But we are not using the power of the mind. They say only 10% we are using today. 90% is not being used. So learn this art. Save your thoughts. You know, use your time in a worthwhile way. Because early morning time is a blessed time. Any invention, any inspiration, any motivation, any creation happens at that time. So this way nature is also quiet. So take the benefit of it. So this is what one thing I would like to suggest. Retreat means in words. Listen to your conscience. You have made time to be physically here, but let not your mind be outside somewhere. You have made all the effort to come here, and then now sitting here, your mind is going there. So then no point, isn't it? Then you can't take the benefit. You will be hearing but not listening. You will be looking but not seeing. So at the end of the retreat, if we ask you, I cannot remember. Because my mind. So this is my suggestion. Whomever you have left at home, whatever business you have left at home, whatever, don't think about it. Yeah? Now you are here, finish. Only when I go, I will think about what I have to do. Because if you are sitting here and then you are making appointment for your meeting from Monday onwards, so what is the point? What is the point? You are only disappointing yourself. So no, that is how we are all trained. You know, when you do one thing at a time, you learn this art. Like say now you are here, you put your heart and soul and everything here. And when you go back, when you have to do business, then you can put your heart and soul into that also. Otherwise, you are doing one thing and thinking of doing something else, you will not do anything proper. You understand? So you are here, be here in your soul, mind, body, intellect, everything. Not like your body is here, you are calling, making a phone call, your mind is thinking, Your intellect is going here, there, and you get worried, something you hear. Then you are not in the retreat. No, in Christian, they have retreat very strict. Even our founder, Father Brahma Baba, when he had the bhatti, he made it very strict. You know, nobody is going to talk silence. Nobody is coming to meet them. They are not going to meet anybody. You know, they are not going to receive any letters. They are not going to write letters. Of course, during that time, no mobile anyway. No telephone also. You know, and that is why they were able to have powerful meditation. So that discipline is important, so that you can take benefits. You know, I always look at retreat as, you know, like putting myself into the washing machine. You put dirty clothes in the washing machine, you put the detergent, everything, set the time, finish. And when time is over, what kind of clothes you get? But you have to have patience. Don't open the door in between. That's why they give instruction on the washing machine, don't touch the machine. And it is operating. Yeah? So you also set your mind tonight. Right? That's why I'm asking you, surrender your phones. So you don't even have to receive any call. Totally off. When I am dead, who answers my phone? I am not here. Right? So, I am dead. So in that way, you are able to really go into God's world. Not only you enjoy being with yourself, you know, silence is the hotline to connect with God instantly. Unless you have silence of the mind, you cannot connect. You cannot listen to God, nor you can talk to God. So you got to make your mind silent, not blind. Silence. Listen to your inner voice. This is what it means, retreat. Let your inner voice guide you. Let your mind become calm. Let your body become cool. You know, let your mind become peaceful. Then your tongue becomes sweet. Your nature becomes simple. Everybody will start loving you. Today we say, why that person don't love me? You have to ask yourself. You know, so it's very important. I call it as detoxification. Coming to the retreat is detoxification. Remove all the toxins. Yeah? You have come for that or not? Is it okay I am saying that? Yes. You want to detox it? Yes. Yeah? Otherwise, so what is the point? So that is why to detoxify, I have to make sure that, you know, whatever ingredients you get here, you use it to treat yourself. Actually, come to retreat is giving a treat. You are giving a treat to yourself coming to the retreat. What treat? To detoxify. You are not going hungry. Physical food you will have enough. We are not going to starve you. But now you make up your mind. What toxins we put into the soul is waste. Waste thought is a toxin. Because it is always connected with yesterday. It is always connected with other people. It is always connected with tomorrow. So, no toxins, no waste thoughts. So, you want to enter this marathon from now until tomorrow evening, Not even one single waste thought. I won't allow. Who want to keep courage? And you got to be honest. Because you don't need to communicate with anybody too much over waste thought. You don't have to do anything. All that you need to do is come to the class on time, come for the dinner on time, go to sleep on time, wake up on time, that's all. You don't need to go for shopping, you don't need to drive on the traffic. You are here home. Possible? So remove then cleansing will happen. You know, retreat is cleansing, inner cleansing. It is like taking what they call, what they give to remove the toxins in some, what they call, I forgot the English word.
Enzyme?
No?
Purgatory?
No, something they give, you know, to drink. And then, No. Whatever, you get the ingredients, the classes, the murlis are all the ingredients to remove the toxin. No, then you go back from here, totally light, healthy mind, you know, fresh body, and your look towards other people, your words for other people, all change. People will be surprised. What happened this weekend to this person? Oh, they are totally transformed, totally new. So they will be happy to cooperate with you. Seeing change, your change will motivate other people. You know, retreat is that. Retreat means that. Like, I allow the detoxification, I allow the, knowing myself better. I go deeper into my inner world to discover myself, who I am, how I interact with others, you know, how I should be interacting. So I bring change, realizations. You know, you get a time to look at yourself in the mirror. When you are in silence, you have a time to see yourself. Otherwise, we are always looking at other people, thinking about other people, being only lawyers, not judges. Always giving law, this person should not be doing like this, that person should not be doing like this. But retreat is a time for being judge yourself. Where I go wrong, why I go wrong, how I will change myself, you know. So in that way, you find that your eye of wisdom keeps opening. Retreat means to allow your third eye to open. So you can see yourself as you are, what you are, who you are. And it's a time to enlarge your heart. You know, our heart expands with retreat. Why? Because with realization, we begin to forgive and forget. Don't hold anything in our heart. You know? Okay, we ask for forgiveness where necessary, we forgive wherever necessary, but my heart clean. Because everybody has the aim, when I leave my body, I don't want to remember anybody. You know? Whether somebody give me sorrow, somebody give me happiness, why should I remember them? I should remember only God. So to make my last moment so beautiful, I have to work on myself. So it is a kind of taking X-ray of your own self. You know, when you go through the X-ray machine, everything is clear, nobody needs to say anything. So being in a retreat means going through X-ray machine. See yourself and then transform yourself. So give time. You are physically here, but be here in your mind also. Let your mind not run like monkey outside. then you cannot get the benefit of it. And of course, it's also a time to enjoy the company of each other. You know, we have whole day. Morning time, I'm telling you to do this job for yourself. After that, we have breakfast, lunch, we will have some game tomorrow night, fun, we become children.